Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings with all sincerity to the hopeful elect. It's Zechariah coming at you with another lesson. Lord's willing, it be edifying.
We have to prepare for a more angry world, a social revolution, anger on the streets. We are at a rupture point. Turning point of humankind.
So I want to touch on this article real quick by Zero Hedge, and I'm just going to read a little bit of it. It reads, civil unrest fears grow as youth unemployment accelerates. In nearly every country in the world, youth unemployment is much higher than general unemployment. And what stood out to me in the title of this was civil unrest fears grow. Because we know that a recipe for civil unrest is confined spaces and lack of resources. And it made me think about a TikTok clip that I seen from David Banner when he was discussing and going over ghettos and how they're made.
You knew that you've been redlining our communities. As a matter of fact, you knew what the ghetto was. The ghetto was an experiment, literally, and I learned this in the Holocaust Museum here in DC, that the ghetto was actually an experiment that the Nazis did to Jewish people, where they started off on animals. They put animals in an enclosed situation, gave them limited resources, and they saw that those animals ripped each other apart. Then they used it on the Jewish people, and it worked. And America is so ego-driven that they still call it the ghetto. So you know what ghettos do to people. Then you turn around and ask us, why do we treat each other the way that we do?
So now in these harsh conditions, these ghetto conditions, or these third world conditions, because that's what America, Babylon, the Great has become, what's happening to the people? The attitude, the mannerisms. Well, let's get a precept. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right, iniquity is sin upon sin, and the love of many is waxing cold. Okay, people don't have the patience to deal with nonsense anymore. People aren't taking chances. You know, you see people in traffic losing it. You know, you see these homeless people in the median. They may come up to a car to knock on a window to see if they can spare some change, and the person pulls a gun out on them and shoots them. You know, people are no longer giving others the benefit of the doubt. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And that's because the love of many is waxing cold, because of these harsh conditions that Esau is prescribing. And ultimately, he's doing this so that he can bring order out of chaos. Okay? Or better yet, let me get it. Problem, reaction, solution. The Hegelian dialectic. Okay? Problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem and blame someone else. And the problem that they're creating now is chaos, ultimately. Due to lack of resources, a lack of jobs, unemployment, a living wage that can't support the average American. And not only that, but food shortages. let's not forget about those um, chicken and food processing plants that have gone up in flames. Hundreds, if not thousands of them.
1,900 food production companies in the past year have been destroyed. The two largest egg manufacturers in the United States have burnt down in the past 36 hours. We've had two planes smash into meat processing centers. And the only commonality amongst all of them are these two things. They make food for Americans, and it's on American land.
And this is all part of biblical prophecy. Okay? So let's grab 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Right, because these dominoes are continuing to fall. So even, it takes a while for, these uh, events to catch up to real time. So these food processing plants and that were, burned down mysteriously, and all the crops that these farmers dumped during C911 time, you know, it's all going to come back to haunt America, Babylon the Great, and the people. Okay? You best believe that. So, once again, it says problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem and blame someone else. Public reactions demand a solution, and that's what the people are going to do. The people are going to be in dire straits that they're going to demand a solution. Okay? They're going to be in dire straits. It's going to be total hell on earth, man. Tribulation like never before. You people haven't seen anything. It's going to be, matter of fact, let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and we'll start at 14. And it reads, Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So they're not going to give a damn about police or the people in authority in this time. It's going to be every man for themselves. My mom always say, every man for themselves and God for us all. People are going to be trying to eat. They're going to be trying to get it how they live. All right? It reads, and a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread, and for great tribulation. Right. That's the time that we're coming into, man. Great tribulation. All right. And problem, reaction, solution. Through all these events set in motion, with the C911 and the farmers burning crops and dumping food, and these food processing plants, it's all these things are boiling in the pot. All right, and the pot is about to boil over. Okay, to keep it simple. So it says public reaction and demands a solution. And then it reads, the solution, secret agenda, is implemented. And what is that secret agenda? Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. Let's get it. Ultimately, this is the agenda of the elites. The Rothschilds, the Gettys, the DuPonts, these elite banking families. Let's get it. Revelation 13 and verse 16, straight to the point. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And that's the ultimate secret agenda that they want to implement, to have all the people chipped with an RFID chip in their right hand, left hand, in their body, in their forehead, through Neuralink technology in the forehead. Okay, they want conditions to be so bad that the people will come begging them for a solution, and that solution is going to be their mark, which is the mark of the beast, pertaining to Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. Okay, and it's going to be bad out here. So, you know what? I'm going to end it there. Lord's willing, this was edifying. Shalom, Israel.